jump on TeachersConnect, share your thoughts, feelings, questions with the other teachers out there, and get some guidance in whatever it is you're looking for, or just interact with other teachers. Good morning. Here's my outfit today. I am wearing this dress that I bought from H&M. I think I showed it to you guys not too long ago. I'm wearing these tan wedges from DSW. And then with the dress, I'm wearing this necklace that I got from Ann Taylor Loft a couple months ago. My gold Michael Kors watch. And that is it. I will talk to you guys on my way to work. Well, it's a little dark. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we'll try it. It's about 6:45, so it's still dark outside. And I am on my way to get my Starbucks. We haven't broken that habit yet, and I don't feel bad about it. Let's see. As far as this weekend, I'm glad that you guys seem to be okay with the fact that I only uploaded a day's worth of a vlog last week. So it's Monday. I'm getting back on track. This weekend I just really stayed around the house and got some stuff done that I needed to get done. Our grades need to be finalized by Wednesday, so I worked on getting caught up on some things that needed to be graded, and I lesson planned for the upcoming week since I'm going to be doing this pumpkin catapult and Dia de los Muertos type things, so I wanted to make sure that I was prepared for that. But I really just stayed around the house, which I was fine with because I was away from home all weekend last weekend, and last weekend really wore me out. So I also thought I should give you guys an update on Genesis. Genesis had dental surgery last Tuesday. So she had, I think, a total of 3 teeth removed. I took her to a different vet. She did not go to Banfield because I haven't been thrilled with their response to whatever it is that's causing her to sneeze and have a runny nose. So I took her to a different vet that was recommended by a friend of mine, and that vet, when she saw her the first time, suspected that the issues Genesis is having is due to a dental issue or a dental infection. So on Tuesday she went in, checked her teeth. Genesis was under anesthesia, checked her teeth, saw that there were 3 teeth that probably needed to be removed, and then she also went inside of her nasal passage to make sure nothing was there, because we never really knew if that was the case or not. I picked her up. They said nothing was in her nasal passage. They took out the 3 teeth. They feel like that could be the cause of it, especially because she seems to get better when I put her on this particular antibiotic. So that was a week ago. She still is like clearing her nose or having discharge from her nose, but it does feel like it's reducing. And when I picked her up on Tuesday, they did say it would take some time for it to like just clear up. So I am going to call the vet either today or tomorrow and just to see, like, should it be totally cleared up by now or whatever the case is, because if this isn't it, I honestly, guys, I don't know what it is. Like, I have exhausted just about every possibility besides getting, I think, I don't know, I think at some point they were talking about different x-rays, but she's had x-rays before and they didn't really show anything. So that's the update on Genesis as of right now. And aside from that, nothing else has really changed. I didn't do anything exciting over the weekend, is basically what I'm saying. So it's a new week. I'm gonna focus my attention this week on just working on controlling the things that I can control in my life, that being the quality of my teaching, my lessons, certain things in my personal life I can control, and just focus on that and know that the things that are out of my control right now, or feel like they're out of my control, will get better with time. So it's Monday and I'm starting this week with that attitude, and let's hope that I am able to sustain that attitude. So I'm getting ready to go in and pick up my Starbucks, and then I will probably not talk to you guys on the way to work, because there really isn't much else to say. Nothing exciting has happened to me yet. It's only 6:50 on a Sunday morning. So let me maneuver my car properly, go in here and get my Starbucks, and check in with you guys a little bit later. It's 10:30. The kids are at recess for about another 5 minutes. I'm checking in to show you a math game that that I introduced today and that they are playing. So I've been doing math rotations. As you guys know, I've been using this product from Core Inspiration, and I'll just show it to you so you can see what it looks like today. So basically, we do 3 rotations that are 15 minutes each. This is projected on the boards for the board for the kids. Let me see. So this is telling them where they're at that particular time. So when they meet with me, we're reviewing lesson 4.8. I just have them do a couple problems so that I can see whether or not they got the concept of today's lesson. And then if I have time, I will let them test for multiplication station since we didn't get to do that last week. Here it tells them what they're doing if they're at their seat. Technology is 9 times out of 10 going to be iReady Math, and hands-on is this game called Rapid Rounder. And the game is from the same person, Lauren Santos at Core Inspiration, and luckily I had access to a sub a couple weeks ago, and she helped me prep all of these games. So I am storing them in here, which is this big container from, I think I got this from Amazon. Jennifer from Glitter and Jams told me about these at Amazon. I was originally going to get them at Michael's, but this was a little bit cheaper. So I think these were like $15 each or maybe less, and they come with all these containers on the inside, and then it snaps shut. So this is where I'm storing the math games that I bought. My heart is breaking a little bit because next year my goal is to transfer actually to middle school, and at that point all these things will be useless, but they work for now. So we're playing a game this week called Rapid Rounder, and basically the premise of this game is kids get a series of game cards that look like this. I think they take 10 at a time, and on the front is this little image. There we go, this little image of a little workout girl, and then there's going to be a number on the back. And they pull out 10, and then they also have these category cards that range from 100, I don't know if you guys can see that, up to 1,000. So they're supposed to lay these out. Now the way the game is designed, they're supposed to lay these out and give themselves plenty of space, and they're like running back and forth to place their Rapid Rounder or their game card in the correct spot. Because I don't want mass chaos ensuing in my classroom, I told my class, you are not running around the classroom at this particular time. Maybe near the end of the year when we're practicing for SBAC, I'll let that happen, but not today. But so for example, if I picked up this card, I'm supposed to, let's see. If I picked up this card, it says 476. I'm supposed to put this on the category card that I believe it belongs to. This would round up to 500, so I'd put that on the 500 card. So the goal is to get your 10 cards placed as quickly as possible, and then the person you're playing against goes, and their goal is to be quicker than you. So I usually have 2 sets of each of these games, but I only prepped 1. I think I forgot to print out a second set of game pieces because the directions are in here, but there's no game pieces. So I've only had 1 group play so far. They seem to like it. And when we get back from recess, I'm giving them an extra 5 minutes. I'm gonna read them a book called Crankenstein, which is, where is it? Here it is. No, that's not it, hold on. Here it is. So I'm gonna read them this book, Crankenstein. It's pretty cute. It's about a kid who's cranky, and it just kind of talks about how kids can be in a mood, but not always. And I'm just reading it this week because Frankenstein, it's Halloween. And then we're gonna finish our rotations and hopefully finish up wonders, and then give kids time to finish working on their Frida Kahlo projects. So far so good. Things are moving along. That's the bell to go pick up the kids, so I'm gonna go. But I will be sure to check in with you guys later on today. So I'll see you then. Guys, it's 6:20. I'm pretty sure I'm the last person here, but that is okay. I decided to commit myself to getting some things done, and for the most part I got it done. Excuse me, I'm putting my shoes back on. I had on some flip-flops. So after school I decided that I was going to spend the time, well, first after school I had duty outside, and then I had to come back and I met with Peggy and Jenny. Oh, my foot. Oh, does anybody else's foot, it like gets, oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, it like gets, it feels like my toes are getting stuck into a certain position. But I met with Peggy and Jenny, sorry, and we went over the math test that we're gonna be giving this week and decided how we wanted to alter it for some of our RSP students or students that needed some kind of additional support. And then after that, I decided to prep for the pumpkin catapult activities that I'm going to be doing on Wednesday. I'm really hoping everything goes smoothly. I would like to get about 6 parent volunteers because there are 6 rotations, and that leaves 1 parent to monitor each station. And so far, I think I'll be very close to getting 6, if not getting 6 exactly. So I got all of that prepped and planned. I would show it to you now, but I really just want to go home. So I'm going to show it to you tomorrow, if you don't mind, as I shift papers around. I don't know what I'm shifting right now. I just feel like I have to shift all this stuff. And then I had to hang some things up on the wall. So I hung up the Erase Cities. I'm going to turn and give you a distant view because I don't want names to be shown. So I put some of those up. I got that done. I took down the little bubblegum faces. They look like sad children just laying on the desk. I'm gonna pass those back out tomorrow. I put up some different writing that they did about Frida Kahlo. And then over here, they did like a designer dinosaur activity while I was out last week, and I decided to hang those up. And that is what I have done. And now I'm ready to go home, and I'm slightly irritated that I'm even here this late, but I did what I had to do. I would have liked to have gotten my agenda up on the board for tomorrow, but I'm not going to do that because I want to go home. I will just have to get that done in the morning. But I just want to wrap it up for today because this is going to be it. I have to go home and hopefully get some grades put in because grades have to be finalized on Wednesday. And I think for the most part, I have most of my grades in, but you never know. You think you're prepared, and then you look at your grades and you realize you're not really prepared. So I'm gonna say goodnight. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, good morning. Here's my outfit today. I'm wearing this top. It is a few years old. I actually got this from Burlington & Company, probably 3 years or so ago. I'm wearing these black pants from Kohl's, my flats from DSW. I'm just wearing a black Marc Jacobs watch here, and then just some black hoop earrings, and obviously my black frames, and that is it. I'll talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, it's a little after 5:30. I just got home. I, after work, stopped by Party City and Michael's to pick up some things for tomorrow, and then I came home. I was greeted by Genesis, and I thought I would show you guys her because I feel like it's been a while since you've seen me, let alone her. So she's doing well. She's not in the mood to be on camera right now, which is why she's turned away. And she's probably very upset because I've been trying to wipe her nose because it's a little on the crusty side. See that, I think? So she's mad. But I'm gonna put her down. Ooh. That sounded worse than what it was. But I thought I would show you what I bought from Party City because, let me mute this or pause it. Tomorrow's Halloween and the kids are being told that they can dress up as their favorite hero. And the letters stand for something. I can't remember exactly what it is right now. But teachers are also being encouraged to dress up. So I'm not going to dress up in a full-blown costume because most costumes nowadays are totally inappropriate for school wear. But I did happen to find this shirt at Target. Let me put you guys down. This shirt right here, it says use your power to empower, and I thought that would work perfectly for the superhero theme tomorrow, so I'm going to be wearing that. And then to add to it, I thought it would be a good idea, sorry, I'm lost in my own space right now, to buy a cape to go with it. So I'm just gonna put this cape on the back. This was about $8 from Party City, and that is going to complete my superhero look. I'm going to wear that shirt with some jeans and that cape. And then the other things that I bought is I bought some orange cups for one of the activities with the pumpkin catapult tomorrow. And then I bought some black craft sticks for the catapult, just to kind of go with the Halloween theme. And then I bought spoons for the catapult, and I bought these in orange. So that is what I did. I didn't check in with you guys in my classroom because I was just trying to make sure I was ready for tomorrow, and I really just wanted to get home as early as possible because my goal tonight is I need to get into my office and get to working on report cards because they are due tomorrow, I think, by the end of the day, I hope. So that is my focus. So I'm not going to talk for too long because I don't want to get too distracted. I'm literally getting ready to take a shower and put on my pajamas and go into my office and start working on getting my report cards finalized and go from there. But overall the day was okay. We did not get to writing, which is something that I wanted to get to. We'll get caught up on that tomorrow. Tomorrow's math lesson, I'm scrapping it all together. It's a problem solving lesson in Go Math, and if you have Go Math, every now and then there is a problem solving lesson that really is more trouble than it's worth. Like the strategy does not really work that well for the lesson at that particular time. So I looked at the lesson before I left and I talked to Peggy about it. And as teachers who we believe we are relatively intelligent, even for us, just looking at what they were doing in this lesson was unclear. Like we're still unclear as to some of the things that they were doing. And if we're unclear as the educated adults in the building, then it may not be a lesson that we necessarily want to give our kids, especially if it's just like, basically the strategy is teaching them how to draw a table or make a table to solve problems. I just don't think this lesson is the best lesson to use the strategy with because it was like kind of convoluted. They were making it more complicated than I felt like it was necessary. So I said all that to say we're not going to do a math lesson tomorrow, more than likely. So I'll take the time that I would have done the math lesson to get the writing started that we didn't get to today. I did introduce the Dia de los Muertos project to my class. I should have shown that to you, but I didn't. I can show it to you tomorrow though. Hopefully I can check in with you guys during prep, and if not during prep, maybe after school, but I will be kind of busy with just making sure report cards are done. So that was pretty much my day. Nothing too exciting. Just the focus is report cards right now. So I'm gonna say good night more than likely for the day, and I will check in with you guys at some point tomorrow, obviously for my outfit, but then at some point later in the day also. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. Here is today's outfit. This is my Halloween costume. We're supposed to dress up as heroes. So I showed you guys the shirt yesterday. I got this from Target. It says use your power to empower, and then when I get to school I will put on a red cape to kind of give it a superhero look. I'm wearing this tank top underneath, some jeans from Nordstrom Rack, and then some red Converse, and that is it. I'll talk to you guys later. So happy Halloween. It's October 31st, Wednesday. It's Halloween. which is just going to get the kids all amped up. And it's windy, which is just going to get the kids amped up. And today we're doing pumpkin catapults. So I am a little concerned about how this day is going to go. I have a feeling that by the end of the day I'm going to be very tired, and I'm going to probably go home right after school. But I decided to vlog on the way to school, because, or really on the way to Starbucks, because I realized I didn't officially say that the first trimester for me has ended, and I thought I should like reflect on how the school year is going. In all honesty, this, I know I said this last year, and I've probably said this every year, but hands down right now, at least this trimester has probably been one of the most difficult first trimesters I've had. Because there's personal things going on simultaneous to work things going on, and both of those create a certain amount of stress for me, and it's happening at the same time. So just being able to manage that. I have a class that is challenging in ways, like I have several students, like I've said before, that need some support services, some of which they're getting, but for the most part I don't feel like they're getting enough, and that's like a numbers issue or a personnel issue, or I don't really know what the right phrase is. It's like basically there's not enough bodies to support my students the way they need to be supported, because I'm only one teacher. We only have one RSP teacher, which is our special ed teacher. We only have so many aides that can only be in my class for so long. And like I said before, meanwhile, I feel like my kids are slipping through the cracks, just not because they don't have the ability, but because there's not enough resources for them, and that has been frustrating. And I've had some parent issues, not a lot, but I've had one that really just has, I don't know what the right word is, bothered me is true, struck a chord is true, insulted me to a certain degree is true, and at the end of the day I have the support of my administration, which I appreciate, but at the same time, sometimes you just have these interactions with parents that really surround a complete and total misunderstanding or lack of information that just really frustrate you, because you feel like you're being judged in a way that is inaccurate. So that has happened this trimester. And then lastly, I think just coming to the realization that even though even though I'm working on a team that I enjoy, and I have two great teammates in Jenny and Peggy, just really coming to the realization that it's, after this year, it's probably time for me to move on. Definitely going to be putting in a transfer for middle school, because that is something that I've been talking about for years. That is something that I was going to be doing, and then at the last minute switched and decided to take on the experience and challenge of opening a new school. And I feel like I've gotten that experience under my belt and saw what it's like to start a school from the ground up. And there's still just this nagging feeling that middle school is probably the right placement for me at this point, for a lot of different reasons. And if not middle school, like if I don't get back to middle school, or not get back, if I don't get a position in middle school for the upcoming school year, definitely just working with older kids, so like 5th grade at the elementary level. So it's just frustrating, you know, to just have to accept that and be like, it is what it is. You're probably gonna have to be moving again next year if it's up to you. And just, I can't let go of that feeling of like, I just miss my old school so much, and miss the dynamics that I had there, and that feeling of like, I wonder if I'll ever have that same feeling at any school going forward. Like, I think I was very fortunate in a lot of ways there, and knew it at the time, but maybe didn't know it as much as I recognize it now. So I'm happy that the trimester's over, because in one way, like mentally, it gives me just like a clean slate. But I know that I have 2 more trimesters ahead, and I just feel like they're going to continue to be challenging in different ways, because this year has just proven to be very challenging. So yeah, that is my first trimester. I'm hoping that at least in regards of my personal situation, that things start to get better. I really need them to get better because I just really need them to for my sanity. And I'm just gonna go forward with the new trimester. I've seen some things that I forgot that it's Halloween, and I just looked in someone's car and they looked odd, and then I had to tell myself it's Halloween. I think I was saying I'm glad it's a new trimester. I've recognized some things that either are working or not working for me in this classroom with this class this year. So just knowing those things and making adjustments going forward based on that. So that's always nice. But yeah, 1 trimester down, 2 to go. Some big picture decisions have been made, or big picture aha moments have occurred, and now I just need to continue through the rest of the school year, you know, doing the best that I can. So perfect timing. I'm here to get my Starbucks, and then I'm gonna go to school, and I'll be sure to check in with you guys with these catapult rotations, and we'll see how that goes. So I'll be back. You said decide how?
Nikki chose that.
That's an incomplete thought, so read it out loud.
Oh, describe it.
Okay, read it again.
Describe how Elijah McCoy and Mary Anderson's inventions made travel easier and safer.
If I were reading that and that was your topic sentence, it would feel like you're telling me I'm supposed to do something now.
Yeah, that's how
Okay.
I'm saying it. I didn't like that.
So you don't want to say that, because then the reader's thinking, well, I thought I was getting information, not being given an assignment. Okay, table number 1, let me hear yours.
Mary Anderson and Elijah McCoy's inventions made travel safer and easier.
Okay. I would like to hear table number 4's again.
We erased it.
Oh, you should never erase it. That's terrible. Table number 6, let me hear yours again.
Elijah and Mary's
Stand up, please.
Elijah and Mary's inventions both made travel safer and easier.
Table 1, let me hear yours again.
Mary Anderson and Elijah McCoy's inventions made travel safer and easier.
Table 6. One more time.
Elijah and Mary's inventions both made travel safer and easier.
Okay, we're going to use that. Give table 6 a point. Okay, if I'm writing, what are you doing? So this should be where it says topic sentence. That is my title. I'm going to write my topic sentence. I'm going to skip a line. So read it for me one more time, Gabriel. Mary Anderson.
We start with Elijah.
Can we start with Mary since I just did that? Okay, Mary Anderson.
And Elijah.
And Elijah.
Elijah's inventions.
If we're going to say Mary Anderson, then we definitely want to say Elijah McCoy. So if we're going to put her last name, we also want to put his last name. Okay. Elijah McCoy's.
Inventions. Both.
Good.
Made. Travel. Safer.
And easier. Did I say give table 6 a point?
Yeah.
Okay, what color should this be underlined in?
Red.
Not red.
Green.
Why green?
Because you're going.
Green means go. Green is our topic sentence. That means we're getting started. Good afternoon, everyone. My outfit looks weird, but this is my cape. Let me see if I can show you my full-blown situation. So here's the cape that I got from Party City. So my shirt says, use your power to empower. And then I don't know if this is working out, but there's my cape. I'm wearing my red tennis shoes, and I'm a superhero as far as I'm concerned. Someone just asked me while I was taking my kids to lunch, what superhero am I? I said, I'm a teacher. We're all superheroes. So there's that. I'm in my classroom. I'm getting ready for Pumpkin Catapult Olympics, and I thought I'd share with you how I've set it up. This is a Teachers Pay Teachers product, and I will try and remember to link it in the description box. But if I don't, I'm sure you guys will ask for it, and then I'll link it when you remind me. So I've set up, or I had one of the aides that we have set these up for me. So these are just the kits that they're gonna need. These are the materials for the pumpkin catapult. There's popsicle sticks, craft sticks, rubber bands, a spoon, and then there's just this booklet in there for them to record the results of the events that they're going to be participating in. So basically they are going to build a catapult, and then after they build their catapult, there's 6 different rotations that they're going to go through to test their catapult out with, using little candy pumpkins. So the first one is called Go the Distance. Sorry, I'm all over the place. And this one is just literally they're going to use their catapult to see how far they can go. And then the winner of each category gets a quote-unquote medal, which are these here. So I just made labels with everyone's name on it, and when we're done, I'll just stick the label on here, and they will get to take these home with those little chains, because I don't need those chains anymore. So what better way to use them than to give them in that way. So that's one category or one event. Another event is this one here called the Tower Topple. So on this one, they are using their catapult to launch the pumpkin and knock over as many cups as they can. So I have the cup set up here. The other one is right here. This one is called Hoop Shoot. So on this one, they're trying to have a partner hold up the hula hoop and use their catapult to launch the pumpkin through the hula hoop, and then record how many times they're able to do that. So hopefully I've spread these around the room well enough so that the kids aren't super crowded. As of right now, I have 4, possibly 5 parent volunteers. I don't know why the lighting is so bad, that are gonna come and help with these events. And then the other ones I put in the pod. I'm gonna whisper now. So the other event is here. It's called Score a Bucket. So in this one, they are just trying to catapult their pumpkin into this bucket right here and recording how many times they're able to do that. Over here is called Hit the Target. So they're gonna use their catapult. Their goal is to hit these targets here. I might have to lower that now that I think about it. And then again, they record their results. And then this one is called Great Heights. They're gonna take their catapult and they're gonna see if they can get the pumpkin launched over this stack of books. So the way that it's designed is there's 6 rotations. They should have about 10 minutes at each rotation. They're recording their scores, and then the top performing teams with their catapults get the medal. So that is what's happening after lunch. So I have about 10 minutes or so before the kids come back. In addition to that, today we've done some writing, and we just got started. So we are using this prompt from Wonders, or these are stories from Wonders. This is the prompt that I made up to mimic the one that is with the weekly assessment. So it says, use text evidence to show how Mary Anderson's windshield wiper and Elijah McCoy's invention, it says of the steam engine, but he didn't invent the steam engine. That's my bad. Elijah McCoy's invention helped make travel safer and easier. So we tapped the prompt as always. We took some notes. We're in the process of planning right there. And then I was supposed to read this book to them today. I haven't yet, but I read through it. It's very cute. If you're looking for a Halloween book, I would highly recommend that one. It's just a cute little book about this little skeleton boy who keeps falling apart, and all of his friends are trying to come up with ways to help him put himself back together again. So that is where we're at. So when they come back from lunch, I basically want them to clean up because it's a mess. I don't want anything out on their desk. I'm gonna have them clean up. I'm probably gonna have them pack up, and then I told the parents that are helping me to come at about 12:45 to give me a little bit of time, and then we're gonna get started. Wish me luck. I'm gonna try and record some of it, but you know, it's kids working, so it might be difficult. And then the other thing I wanted to show you is this is the book that I read to my class yesterday to kind of explain a little bit more what Dia de los Muertos is all about. So this explains it to them in poem format. I would highly recommend this. And I'm trying to pack in a lot right now. I was gonna show you the project that I put together. This came from Teachers Pay Teachers. the directions I just typed up. It looks like this. It just tells them that this is a Dia de los Muertos project. It gives them the directions that I got straight from the Teachers Pay Teachers product, sorry. But I wanted the directions to be more in a paper format like this. So basically what they're going to do is, this is their ofrenda, and the front page tells them what to do in each of these sections. So on the candle, they put their birth date and the day that they passed. I think on the marigold, they give nouns or adjectives that describe them. On the pan de muerto, they put down their favorite foods. They just color this. And on the butterfly, I can't remember what goes on here, but it's all explained on this front page. And again, this is from Teachers Pay Teachers. I'll link it in the description box. So these are due for them tomorrow. And then my plan is that they're gonna share these with their classmates in some format, whether it's a Kagan structure or they share with their group or something like that. And then on Friday, I'm gonna set up a little like ofrenda station. I bought some decorations for that. And then a parent is picking up some pan de muerto, and then she's also making this beverage. I can't remember what it's called. And they're gonna enjoy that and watch the movie Coco. So that is Friday. The other thing with the catapults today I forgot to show you, and I don't know that I'll have time because I need to make sure I use the restroom, is before they do the catapults, I made a quick Google Slides presentation that maybe after school I can show it to you, just to kind of talk about catapults, show them pictures of catapults, and then I found a YouTube video that just shows 2 basic catapult designs so that when they're kind of left to their own devices to make their own catapults, they have some sense of what they're gonna do, or they can just mimic what they saw. So that is where I'm at. The kids will be done with, not PE, but lunch in about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna run to the restroom. Again, you guys wish me luck. I'm not one to really do rotations, I must admit. It's not something I normally do, but I think this will be fun, so I hope the kids enjoy it, and I hope things run smoothly, but I will be sure to let you know how it goes after school. It is almost 3:15. The day is over. I just got back from duty after school, and all in all, I'm gonna go ahead and say the Pumpkin Catapult Olympics were a success. The only hiccup we had is that we are missing a medal. These were my medals. They were literally construction paper tied on these chains, and so there was a group that won the 6th challenge, but then we didn't have a medal for it, so we're gonna try and get that figured out. But the kids really did like it. It did take about 2 hours from start to finish, with just showing them the PowerPoint, discussing catapults and things like that, giving them time to do the catapults, and then giving them time to rotate through each of the 6 stations. And even the last couple of rotations, I shortened it a little bit because I wanted to make sure we had time to tally up the scores, give out the medals, pass out treats that some kids had brought in. Definitely something that you need parent help with. Like, you would really need a parent monitoring each of the stations. So you would need 6 parent volunteers. Ideally, I had 4.5. I say 4.5 because I had 4 the whole time, and then one parent came a little bit later because she had some car troubles. And then me, because you really kind of need to be just kind of walking around monitoring. So it went really well. I know I'm worn out. I need to clean up my classroom from it. The kids seem to enjoy it. And that's all that matters, I guess, is that they had fun. It was academic, and that's it. So I'm gonna clean up. I can't do too much talking from this point forward because I absolutely positively need to have my report cards done. My grades, I think, are fine. I have about half the class left that I need to make comments on. So I'm gonna stop talking here. Plus, the battery is gonna die. So, and I need to eat lunch. I have not eaten lunch yet, but all in all, good experience. I would highly recommend it. I will link the product down below. I have sent the kids off with sugar in their systems, and I'm sure they're gonna trick or treat and come back tomorrow and just who knows what state. So great day. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm still here, but I'm getting ready to go. There's one thing I forgot to tell you guys about the rotations that made it all worthwhile. So for me, like I said, I'm not really one to do rotations or activities like that because sometimes they just get a little hectic, and unless it feels super academic, I'm not really inclined to do it. But I was telling Jenny that I have a student who is new to the school this year and just not much impresses him. He is not necessarily comfortable with expressing emotion or happiness or anything like that. Just tell me what to do, let me do it, and I want to get out of here. But I told her for the first time this whole school year, I saw him laugh, I saw him smile, he had a really great time. So even though things like this can be very stressful and hectic, moments like that make it worth it. So I was happy for him that he had a good time. And then I quickly wanted to show you my Google slides that I share with the class in case you're curious to see what I put in there. It's not super involved. So I started with just this, telling them that we were going to do some pumpkin catapults. Then I showed them some images of catapults, and then I asked them what did they notice about the catapults. They all said different things, like about what they look like, the color of them. And then eventually we got to the point where I said you should notice that they all have something called a launcher, which is this, a launch lifter, which is this right here, and then a base. And then I found this video on YouTube, and then I just played it for them so that they could see just a couple of, let me see, there you go. Basically just showed them a couple of different basic catapults they can make with popsicle sticks or craft sticks. And then I told them, you know, those are some samples so that you can get started. And then they went from there, and I gave them about 30 minutes to make their catapult, which was enough time for most groups. So I wanted to include that because I feel like that was like a highlight of the catapult experience. And then I can't remember if I showed you this book. I think I did earlier today. If I did, I'm gonna cut this out. But I also read this book afterwards, Bonaparte Falls Apart, which is super cute, and I highly recommend it. But now I really am going because I have to go home and do my report cards. My room is all cleaned up, back in order, so I can now go home. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello everyone, it is about 4:20. I'm supposed to be at happy hour right now. I'm running late, but I'm cleaning up and vlogging at the same time to save a little bit of time. I wanted to check in with you guys earlier today because today was the day that we were going to have our little Dia de los Muertos celebration. I don't think I told you guys this, but I showed you the Dia de los Muertos project I was giving them, and project is used very lightly. It was basically a worksheet where they were coloring different things that are traditional for Dia de los Muertos, and they were filling in information either about a family member, a pet, it could have been a celebrity, it could have been a book character, basically a fictional character or a real person. And that was due yesterday. In my opinion, it was a very light assignment. It wasn't super involved. At most, they may have had to talk to a parent to kind of get some information if they were choosing to use a family member. But that was really it. And yesterday came, and I had 23 students present. I had some kids that were absent. And out of those 23 students, only 10 students turned that assignment in. Hold on. I wonder how I get this back. Okay, sorry. I had to concentrate on something technical I was doing. So I only had 10 of them back. I was very disappointed, to say the least, and told my class, like, guys, you had 2 days. I understand Halloween was this week, but I purposely didn't give them any math homework on Halloween, and I purposely gave them 2 days so they can kind of break it up. And I just didn't feel like there was any excuse for them not to have it. So I said, us watching the movie Coco and having some treats along with that is really a privilege, and if we can't do the work to earn that privilege, then we just won't watch the movie on Friday or tomorrow, which is now today. So I had kids that didn't finish it sit in at recess and work on it. I actually sent a dojo message to parents letting them know what happened, because I really wanted parents to know that I was disappointed, and said if we don't have the class turn it in tomorrow, then we won't do that activity. Now, amazingly enough, everybody got it done last night, brought it in, and so we were able to watch Coco, and then I had a parent pick up Pan de Muertos, and then she made Mexican hot chocolate. I feel like there's like a technical or a name for it in Spanish, and I just can't remember it. So they watched most of Coco today and enjoyed that treat after we got back from the library this afternoon. And truth be told, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. I went to bed on the wrong side of the bed last night, which is why I didn't vlog at all yesterday, because after the debacle of not getting that assignment turned in, the day just kind of went downhill from there for me. One of my students who has some behavior issues had a really rough day yesterday. It was rough for me. It was rough for the student. It was rough for the aides that work with the student. It had depleted my patience to such a place that I was not happy with myself as a teacher. And I've since then talked to the principal and the vice principal and our RSP teacher so that we can try and figure out some additional supports for the student, because what we have in place for the student now is simply not working. And he's not able to succeed with it. So it really is a concern for him and for us. So I was just not in a good mood. You guys would not have wanted to see me yesterday. So that happened, and so that really affected me the rest of the day. I went home in a mood, and I'm not proud of it, but that's what happened. And I woke up this morning and I was still in the mood. But I had to get through the day, and the bright spot of the day is we got to watch Coco. We got to have Pan de Muertos, and I had these two parent volunteers help, and I'm talking really fast. I know, I'm sorry, let me slow down. I had these two parents help, and I know that one of them is Mexican and the other one I'm not 100% sure, but I think, and they were just so appreciative of the very minor effort that I made to recognize the fact that some people celebrate Dia de los Muertos, and they were just so nice about it and said that this was the first time in all of their kids' schooling that a class had acknowledged it or had recognized it, and that really touched me because that is something that is very important to me. So that those are the moments that I have to take hold of, so that when I have situations where I'm dealing with parents that I don't feel like know or understand who I am as a teacher or recognize what it is that I'm trying to do with their students or something like that, I have to remember that not every parent thinks that, and some parents do see what I'm trying to do. And so that really made me feel better. So that was pretty much my Friday. The kids came in, we reviewed a little bit more for the math test. They started the math test, they went to recess PE, came back, worked a little bit more on the math test, went to lunch, went to the library, and then we watched Coco, and they had some treats to go along with it, and they really enjoyed it. We saw most of the movie. We didn't get through all of it, but most of it. But I wanted to share, intended to show you the whole setup when it was there, but then I just got busy and I didn't get to capture it on film. But this is the aftermath. So I had bought this little runner. I hung these flags, or this banner up here, I should say. So they had the Mexican hot chocolate, and the Pan de Muertos was there. And then I had some of those fake candles along the side. My intention was to create a ofrenda book, but I could not do that since we had so many kids that did not have that assignment done. So that didn't happen. And then that was my attempt, and the parents appreciated it. So I'm gonna go because I have happy hour, and then I will check in with you guys later because I haven't looked on TeachersConnect yet, and that is how I like to end my week with you guys. So life is tough, as you guys know, as I keep saying, and every day that I get knocked down, I try and find a way to get myself picked back up. I was definitely knocked down this morning and stayed down for a while, and then just having that conversation with the parents and a couple other staff members really helped to make me feel like I'm not doing anything wrong, and not everybody's gonna like you, and not everybody's gonna see what you're trying to do, or even if they do see it, they're not gonna value it, and there's nothing I can do about that. I just have to get over that. I was a little nervous about this project because I feel like if people don't really understand the premise behind Dia de los Muertos, they may misinterpret it as like a religious thing, or I'm teaching a religious set of ideals, and I'm really not. So I did have one parent that didn't seem to care for it. They did still have their child complete the assignment, but insinuated that they felt like the assignment was inappropriate. And so I responded and said, you know, I basically said, you're entitled to your perspective and your opinion, and just reminded them that really my point is just to teach a different cultural tradition that occurs during this time of year. Same as when a class recognizes or makes jack-o'-lanterns or does Halloween stuff. I just don't feel that it's any different. And I made a point to send a message out to all my parents after this to let them know that the kids enjoyed it, and just to say if there's some cultural tradition or celebration that is near and dear to your family that you want to share with us, please let me know, because I don't know everything. I happen to know this, probably because I live in California, probably because I'm minored in Spanish, and it's just what I've happened to learn the most about. But if someone can educate me on something else that I can share and include in the class, I am all for that. So I hope that all that rambling made sense, because I do feel like I just rambled and my battery's dying. So that's the other reason why I'm talking fast. But I'm gonna go see my friends, recuperate, regenerate, and try and be in a better mood starting next week. And I will check in with you guys when I get home. Hey guys, it is Saturday now at about 6:30. The last time I checked in with you, it was Friday, and I was headed out to happy hour. I did go to happy hour, I had a good time, but I didn't get home till after 9 o'clock, and by the time I got home I was tired, so I didn't check in. And then I woke up this morning, I went to work out at Orange Theory. I had all these intentions of checking in with you much earlier today, editing the vlog and getting that done, but I just didn't have the energy to do anything besides sit on the couch. So that is what I've been doing for most of the day. But I did take a moment just to kind of peruse TeachersConnect to see what's on there. And so I'm gonna share the questions that I responded to this week with you guys, and then close out the vlog. Hopefully you will see this tomorrow on time, but if not, my apologies. But I needed a minute. And by a minute, I needed some hours to just not do anything. So the first question is from someone named Shaylin. I won't say her last name. Shaylin, and her question was pretty simple and straightforward. It says, I am new to the education program. Any advice? And so I like answering questions like those of people that are just at the beginning stages of like looking into teaching and going to school. So I chose to answer that one in a very short and sweet answer. I don't want to like overcomplicate my response on something like that. So I just said, focus on gaining insight on how different teachers manage their classroom, and just told her to take notes on the things that she sees that she likes, but also take notes on things that maybe she sees that she's not really a fan of, or that she doesn't find to be effective, and then take all of that information and think about what would work for her in terms of her personality and her style, and go from there. Because you can have these great lessons all planned with all kinds of things involved and this and that, but if you don't have classroom management down, or you can't really manage your classroom in the process of those lessons, then the lessons become just useless or ineffective, for lack of better terms. So that was one of the questions I chose to answer. Another question I chose to answer is from someone named, I think her name is Takidra. Sorry if I mispronounce it. And she says, hi, I was just wondering, how did you guys decide on which grade level you wanted to teach? I love English, but I'm afraid of high school, but I have more experience in elementary. So she got quite a few responses, all of which gave her some good advice. And I just told her that basically at the elementary level, in my experience, when you first start out, you don't necessarily choose the grade level or the principal chooses you. And for example, for me, when I think I first started about going into teaching, in my mind, I think I saw myself working with younger kids because I had volunteered in some classrooms and I just thought they were so cute and how adorable and how fun and all these cutesy things. But now that I've been teaching a while, I know that as cute as the young little kids are, that's just not the age group that I excel at. I love looking at them. I love all the cute things their teachers do with them, but I have come to just solidly realize and understand that I am built to teach older kids at the elementary level. 4th and 5th is probably the youngest I should go. And I told her I do teach 3rd grade right now, and although I think I have done well in it, and I am proud of what I was able to accomplish with my 3rd graders last year, by nature, I think I'm just more naturally equipped to teach older kids. And so one of the people that responded to her, I think his name was Jonathan, made a good point that basically said, just kind of think about what it is that they enjoy about teaching. Like some people are drawn to teach for just the sheer opportunity, or not sheer, but like primarily for the opportunity to interact with kids and get them hooked on lessons and hooked on learning. And typically those people enjoy teaching younger kids, more so than older kids. And then there's some people that are just very excited by the content of what they're going to teach, the discussions that can come of that, and typically those people prefer older kids. And I thought that was a good point because I think that's kind of where I'm at. I do like working with kids, but I think the driving force for me is like the content of what I'm teaching. Like I really liked 5th grade because of the social studies and the math. And I think that's what helped me the most. So one of the things I told her is that you kind of have to test some things out before you really know. And if worse comes to worse and she makes a choice that is not right for her, then she always has the option of switching. So if she teaches younger kids and realizes she doesn't in fact like that, then she can down the line switch to teaching older kids. So that was the second question that I chose to answer. The last question I chose to answer is from someone named Tracy. She said, I would be really interested to know what the procedure is in your schools for informing teachers about a new student being enrolled and joining their class through the year. Is there some sort of profile that you get about the student academically, socially, or behaviorally? This is something I would like to have a conversation about with my principal because I don't believe you have a new student coming. He or she is lovely, excuse Genesis, is quite adequate when they end up being extremely oppositional, or they have a complex family background, or they are suspected to have something like ADHD or ASD, but are in the process of being diagnosed. What would you request if you were to suggest a helpful procedure for communicating to you about new students who arrive partway through the year? So that question got quite a few responses, and all of us were pretty much saying the same thing, that we all are just kind of told maybe the day before or even the day of that we're getting a new student, and we get very little information about the new student. I know for me, we get usually notified the day before the student is going to enroll. I have had a couple situations where I was notified right then and there that a new student is on the way. And the teacher that gets the new student, it's not so much the class composition is what's being taken into account. Like, okay, the student coming in has some of these challenges, and you have students already in your class that have these challenges, so we're not going to put them there. It is just based on which class has the fewest number of students, and whoever has the least number of students is going to be getting the next new student. Now, if we all have the exact same number of students, then it's just a rotating situation. I'll get the new one, then my teammate will get the next new one, and then so on if necessary. But as far as what would I like to, let me back up. And then we get that new student, and we just hope that soon thereafter their CUME file comes so that we can see what exactly was occurring at their previous school, or if there's anything that we need to be concerned about. As far as what I would like to know ahead of time, I definitely would want to know like just their academic situation. Do they have any academic needs? Are they getting any sort of special supports? What is their family dynamic? Things like that, just so that from day one we know how to interact properly with the student and not have to kind of figure things out or guess along the way. So I thought that was a good question, but it sounds like everybody has pretty much the same experience with how a new student is brought into your classroom. So those were the questions I chose to answer this week. Aside from that, I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here. I had I would say a pretty good week. I really enjoyed the Dia de los Muertos thing yesterday. I'm very proud that I was able to do that and kind of took a risk and said, let's try this year and see how it goes. I'm waking up every day trying to have a positive attitude. I'm working to get through the challenges that I am facing throughout the school year, whether it be in the classroom or in my personal life. I continue to be thankful to everyone that has sent me a message, sent me some support, sent me an encouraging comment. I really do appreciate it. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. I need to go upstairs and hopefully get this edited and ready for you guys to see tomorrow. But as always, thank you for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Jump on TeachersConnect. Share your thoughts, feelings, questions with the other teachers out there, and get some guidance in whatever it is you're looking for, or just interact with other teachers. And I hope all is well, and I will see you guys Monday. I hope you are having a great weekend. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.